peace, peace, gods. Peace, peace, peace. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, however you want to be called. Today is having breakfast with SHU AMUN RA. I do want to tell you this. Piggybacking off of what we was already discussing about the plastic forks I showed you, plastic spoons, get real utensils to use to cook your food. Alright? If you ever get that, please write this stuff down. I'm not just telling because I want to. I'm telling you because, like I said before, I'm not looking for likes. I'm not looking for all that. It takes one person to get this information and spread that out. You get real stuff like that. When you buy fake stuff, you go to these 99-cent stores and things like that, and you go to these dollar stores and things like that. Their material is not real. Now, when I say not real, they're not real. There's that temporary cooking ware. They're not real. A lot of these stuff is made by nickel material, aluminum material. You can listen to the sound. That's real. Read it. The weight of the material, the weight alone will tell you. You understand? You got to buy quality stuff. You got to buy quality stuff. You got to stop buying these, going to them dollar stores, telling, well, I'll get my pot for $24. My set right there cost me, I think it was close to $300. The set itself. Threshold. I'll be right back. Threshold. Stainless steel. Stainless steel. You understand that? Stainless steel. Stainless steel. It depends on what company you get, quality and design. It's not fancy about these things here. This is a legitimate. I'm not helping selling a product. I'm helping you to buy the right product for your cooking. That's what I'm doing. I don't care about who made that. I don't care about the design and what type of material you're using. When I cook, you shouldn't have to leave your stove on. Once you use the stove, when this gets hot, it keeps the food hot after you shut it off. Real talk. All materials don't do that. Real metal stays hot and then turns warm and it lasts for a while. That's a fact. Now I'm going to show you. This is an old pot, an old pan. Huh? Material is totally different. Huh? Look at the handle. It's not heavy. This is more heavier than this. Literally. Huh? This is what happens to some of your pots. Because this comes from the 99-cent store. You ain't telling me nothing. You buying these from the dollar stores. Huh? Look at this here. Huh? I'm telling you for a fact. This is real. Your pan ain't supposed to be light. Your pan's supposed to be heavy. It's got weight to it, I'm telling you. I wish I had a scale you could see the difference. Real talk. Real talk. I showed you in the other videos. Be careful of people taking their utensils and you going over their house and you using this, go, oh, your spoons and knives look real nice. Be careful. If If you want to use wooden forks and stuff like that, you got to clean them properly. See, these are the things we don't talk about. Like, I use a mug cup. I only use a mug cup to drink tea. I don't use it for nothing else. I don't use this mug cup for nothing else. Now, from time to time, you might have seen me drink my fruit blend, because I got a blender. And I was using this. But you would see me use 90% of the time is a plastic cup. Because I don't like using glass. Glass is dangerous in many different forms. This is dangerous as well, but glass is dangerous. Now some of you might got plastic cups, right? I use like the foam cups, like a foam material, like that. I showed you already. Showed you the type of cups I use. I'll be right back. Give you a quick analysis. I'll be right back. Anyone, if you have seen me, you see me drinking from this type of cup or a red cup like this. This is a plastic type of material, lightweight. Throw it in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. I'm not telling you to do the way I do it. I'm saying over the years, and I'll say it again, I started seeing tarnish. If you don't, listen to me now, please. You got to buy new pots and pans every 5 years, because the tarnish on these pots. I know you're saying, I went to the doctors. It's a clean bit of health. Doctors can't see everything. You understand that? They might say your iron is too high, iron is too low. Certain part of your blood cells is too low, and so on and so forth. Your white counts of your blood cells, whatever the case might be. I use, for example, let's go with water. Water is supposed to be good, right? We'll use water, for example. So, not to say this company, because I don't want to use this company's name, but this water here comes from this company. This water here comes from this other company, which I ain't gonna show you. Right? Now, which one of these waters are the best for you? Get your pencils and papers. Huh? But I can turn on the faucet, let the water run for about 2 to 5 minutes, and put it in here. Close your eyes and give you a drink, and you tell me which one is which. You won't be able to until time. This water here, for my opinion, is the nastiest. I taste that water when it was warm. I drink this water warm every day. Now, when you drink the faucet water warm, but if you let it run and you put it between hot and cold, but let it run 3 to 5 minutes, guess what? Has hardly no different taste than this water here. Now, water is supposed to be what? Tasteless. Not true. You can taste the difference. Has a semi-bitter taste. Plain, not too quenching your thirst. You understand? So gods and goddesses, kings and queens, let's get into it. Let's get into the silverware and the dangers that it is. It is dangerous. And I recommend you, and I say it again, to buy new silverware and pots and stuff every 5 years. Now, if you might go, well, I don't really use my pots and stuff. If you're that person who don't really use your pots that much, but if you're using your silverware every day, you need to change it. Now, I use plastic forks and stuff like that for my own reasons. I already told you that. So it's not for y'all to sit up there and go, oh, why, how come? Okay? Now, once again, are you buying real silver spoons? And this is what I'm going to get into now. Real silver spoons and forks. Real gold spoons and forks. That's what we're getting into. Okay? We're going to get into this. I'm going to show you. See, you're not going to learn none of this stuff and different religions and stuff like that. They're not going to show you this. But I'm going to show you different clips, how to tell real silver from fake, and plate it with easy test. You ready?
Hey scrappers, thanks for watching. This video is going to be on testing silver. So I had one of my subscribers ask, I did a video about silver where he was like, well, how do you tell? How do you know if it's silver or not? So in this video, I'm going to go over a few methods to try and test for silver. Keep in mind that the best method, of course, is going to be to file it down and use an acid test kit. But there are some other methods that you can use. Some work pretty well. I've had some good luck with a couple of them. Some of them a little bit sketchy, but they still can help determine, especially if you're out and about and you want to know without having an acid test kit if you should bother trying to bring it home. So check out these steps. And there's a few ways to test it. The first and the most accurate way is the acid test, where you can buy these little bottles of an acid test solution online. I get mine on eBay. It's about $4 a bottle, and this will last for many tests. It does have a shelf life of about a year if you keep it in a cool, dry place. So just keep that in mind, because if it gets too old, you're not going to get accurate readings. The only other thing you're going to need is a file, because if you have something that's silver plated and you put the acid on it, you're getting a reading on the silver plate, which is going to be a false positive as well. So what you want to do is file down a section of it to get to that base metal. All right, you don't have to go too far, but far enough down there, and clean it off so there's no silver dust on it. All right, and then all you do is you take a couple of drops, or it's actually just one drop on it. Now, if it's silver, that'll turn blood red. Right? If not, it'll start turning blue or green. All right, so you want to let it sit for a minute. Sometimes it can take a little while to react, especially if the solution's getting older and that bottle is getting a little bit older. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up two knives right next to each other. All right, so as you can see on this knife, the acid is starting to turn blue. That means there's a presence of something other than silver there, probably copper. And over here, it's kind of rounded, so it rolled off, but it stayed bright or dark red. So that's a strong indicator that this is sterling silver. Now keep in mind, in these dinner knives, the whole handle is not solid sterling. There's usually a filler like an epoxy or sometimes lead or some other metal in there, but it's a sterling silver skin or case that you can break off. Right, so when dealing with these things, there's a few other ways to test for silver. They're not as accurate, but they will help you narrow it down. The first step is to look for a stamp. Anything that is stamp on it that'll say either sterling, 925, 900, or 800, that refers to the purity of the stamp. So you want to look for those. Now, the next thing you want to do is test for magnetic qualities. So if you're in a store, I have a little magnet on my keychain, so I can test. Of course, the blade's going to be magnetic, but the handle. If you have a really strong magnet, like a neodymium or a rare earth magnet, if you slide it across the top, the magnet should be slightly sticking to it. And that's because silver is paramagnetic and exhibits only weak magnetic effects. So if your magnet sticks strongly, it's ferromagnetic, so it means it's not silver. Keep in mind that there are other metals that don't stick to a magnet and that can be made to look like silver. So it's best to perform this test in conjunction with other tests to be sure that you have silver. So the next test is the ice test, which I find kind of interesting. Have some ice on hand. The reason for this is that silver has the highest thermal conductivity of any common metal or alloy, though copper is right behind it, so you got to be careful with that. But if you were to take a piece of ice and set it on there, it should immediately start melting. All right, and that's dissolving silver. Awesome. So that acid test stuff that you use on there, it's got like nitric acid in it. So you want to make sure that you don't leave it on there because it's going to start eating your silver. And also make sure you don't get any on your hands because it'll start eating away at your hand. Right. So then there's the ring test. Now this is something that I've never been able to quite master, but apparently silver, can't really do it with these because it's a combination of steel and silver. And it's not solid silver, but solid silver, if you drop it on a hard surface, it has a very bell-like ring, whereas something that's not has more of a thud. I can't display that for you, but apparently that's something that works. Now, the next method is the bleach test. Now, silver tarnishes extremely quickly, especially when it's exposed to like a powerful oxidizing agent such as common household bleach. So if you were to find a piece that looks really polished and you think might be silver and you put a drop of bleach on it, it should tarnish pretty quickly. The only problem is if it's silver plated, it will do the same thing. So again, it should be done in conjunction with another test. All right, so that's how you determine if something's silver or not.
All right, my brothers and sisters, I basically gave you a clip on how you can test it, but I'm going to show you another clip in a few more seconds to make it a little more easier for you. The reason why I'm doing school like this today is because, like I said, this has been on my mind. All right, the Ancestors has been speaking to me, and I've been avoiding it for a while, but the Ancestors says no more. A lot of people eat breakfast, and they eat all kinds of breakfast. A lot of people pretend that they're eating, that they're really eating super healthy. But what I do recommend is this. Because they're doing it, doesn't mean you need to do it. Because it takes a strong discipline to reconstruct the way you eat. Because if you've been eating for a certain amount of time, let's say 20 to 30 years, and your doctor says you got a clean bill of health, why change it? Because as you get older, your body will naturally tell you you need to change up. You won't be able to eat the same food as you get older. Trust me. You might eat little bits from it, but you will have to change eventually. I'm 50 years old, going on 51, and I realized I have to change the way I eat. Like, I can't eat as much as sweets as I like. I cannot. I used to be able to devourer of the sweets. Okay, if you want me to tell you the sweets, candy, chocolates, cakes, pies, all that stuff, I was eating it. And you'll still find that stuff here in the house, but it doesn't go that fast. And majority of the time, I gotta take that stuff and give it to some of my friends, like to let them have it. But from time to time, I do get that craving. I'm not gonna act like I don't have no craving. But dude, I'm 50 going on 51. So I got my discipline to a certain degree. But let's get into, make it a little easier for some of y'all to find out if you really using pure silver utensils.
Two spoons. One is made of sterling silver and one is a stainless steel spoon. This is the stainless steel one, as you might be able to guess by the colour of it, and this is the solid sterling silver dessert spoon. Obviously this is a dessert spoon, and I think this is actually a tablespoon. But I think what I'm about to show you is still a good way of at least getting a first indication of real silver from silver-plated or base metal spoons like this. This process isn't going to tell you the grade of the silver. It's not going to confirm for certain that it's actually even made of silver. I'm pretty happy with it as a test for verifying spoons, to be honest. You should really buy a chemical kit that will tell you not only whether or not it's genuine silver, but the grade of the silver as well. But the fact that this has got all the hallmarks, correct hallmarks on the back, i.e. the little lion and the date and all the other English marks to say that it's sterling silver, and the fact that it's not worn in any places, and the weight of it, and indeed the ice test I'm about to show you, I'm pretty convinced that this is a 925 silver spoon. So I put an ice cube in both of the bowls of these spoons. Okay, now they're both melting very quickly. Now the key thing here is that the spoons were both the same temperature when I started this experiment. It's quite difficult for me to show you, but both spoons the ice on both spoons is melting very quickly, okay? But the key thing here is that actually, if you leave these two spoons side by side in the same conditions, the ice will melt more quickly on the solid silver spoon, because silver is an excellent dissipator of heat, or an excellent conductor of heat. What you'll find is basically the cold from the ice cube will spread very quickly throughout the silver spoon, which allows it to radiate more quickly from the spoon, which means that the ice will melt more quickly. You can see water droplets as it melts on the stainless steel spoon, and there are.
All right, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, I'm showing you tests, different ways about knowing if you got real silver spoons, 925s, 800s. It depends on the quality of the silver spoon. And I'll say it again. A lot of your spoons, especially, and it depends on the neighborhood you live at, you ain't got no silver spoons. Most of your spoons are probably nickel-plated, coppered, dipped in. Okay? And they will tarnish. But, yeah, listen, I'm not telling you to test your spoon and stuff like that. I made the class to give you an awareness. Awareness of your water. Awareness of your food. Awareness about your diet. How you eating. Are you changing because you want to change? Or are you changing because somebody else is doing it? Your body will speak to you. Let's make no mistake. The older you get, your body will want to speak to you. And your body will speak to you. Your body will tell you what it needs and what it needs to have. Understand that. God. But anyway, going forward, you're not going to find these type of classes anywhere. I have these classes is because I get the information and I want to help you. This is why I do the classes. It's not always about ancient literature. It's not always about civilization. It could be about you and I. It could be about the relationships that you having. You know, why do black people can't get along? You know what I'm saying? And another thing, all these things, when you go into these stores and buying these cheap materials and you put these things in your mouth, okay? You can test certain waters, okay? Certain waters, you know, you're thirsty, so you might drink this one, but you know you drink this one. If you're in the house, you let your sink water run for a while. Like I said, 3 to 5 minutes, and your sink water tastes good. Some waters taste flat, you know what I mean? And then, what's even more funny, who's telling you you should have 16 ounces of water and you should drink that 4 times a day? When your body is massive water. Sometimes water is not good for you. I found that out. Because I used to drink water. I would wash my mouth out. And before I brush my teeth and wash my mouth out with fluoride, the antibiotic fluoride, I would drink a 16 ounce of water. But my mouth was already washed out now. Then I would wash my mouth out. Then drink the water, which that's supposed to start cleansing yourself, you know what I'm saying, before you start exercising, whatever you're doing. I'd done that for about a month or 2. And gradually, I started losing the intensity of the water. Water and me wasn't getting along. I started not drinking water throughout the day because I would drink that water in the morning. My body started saying, I don't want water. I'm tired of the taste. Even though there's no taste, but I'm tired of that type of feeling. Literally. Your body will speak to you. I don't use metallic foods because you're in certain neighborhoods, it says silver spoons, but it's not. Unless you buy real stainless steel and gold spoons. But I don't recommend using those. I recommend myself. If you can use wooden spoons, wooden forks, because wood is it's a different type of material in your mouth. Even though I use plastic, but when I use a plastic, I don't use the same one. I'm constantly getting a new one. You see, I throw it away, so that taste doesn't be in my mouth at all. That's just me. I know some of you saying, "Oh, that's being lazy," but once again, everything has its reasons. Everything has its reasons. I'm trying to go more back to the natural way of life. But remember, if you don't make your own wooden forks and knives from a tree, not any goddamn tree. So that's why I say to y'all, to say this. You know, I do these things for my health. So if you want to try it, you can try it. If you want to, you don't. I'm SHU AMUN RA. And I want to say this here. Thank you for being with me for breakfast. I'm out. See you next week. Deuce. That's just to build up your immune system. Build it up. You don't need to take it every day. I drink the rose hip. I was drinking it in the morning and night. But you don't need that often either. You take things for when the body needs it. But all in all, the body needs to be cleansed out of all the substance. Your vitamins, everything needs to come out of your body so your body can naturally flow. And remember, get the real pots and pans. Stop going to the 99-cent store and stop going to these dollar stores and buying fake-ass material pots. It ain't real. They thin as light. This is heavier than this. This is much heavier than this. And this is bigger. That's how you test that. That's how you test it. You test it. So I see y'all next week. And if you've been eating the same kind of foods, for 30, 20 years, and then all of a sudden you want to start doing greens, that's up to you. But your body will tell you when it's time to change. SHU AMUN RA. Enjoy yourself. The Chronicle of the Bible. Can you learn religion? Can you learn all this stuff we talk about?